with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and today I'm doing a review of the Black Tarot by Victoria Iva, and the guidebook has been expanded and modified on the original RWS by Philip Young, PhD. So Debris, which is the publishing company, sent me this deck for review. They asked me if I would be interested. I was able to see some of the images before I said yes, and I was like, oh my goodness. Yes, I would love to work with this deck. So first of all, here is the outer artwork by Victoria Iva, and it's just a regular tuck box here. But I do want to say that the Debris company, I have a coupon code for 20% off. Just put in the code KWT20 at checkout to receive 20% off of this deck if you are interested. But for now, I am just enjoying this deck. So let's go ahead and dive into this baby. So of course, nice and dark on the inside. And you can already tell that this is going to be great for Samhain, for me, all year round, and great for shadow work and dreams and things like that. So here is the guidebook, again, written by Philip Young, PhD, and it has, at the beginning, kind of somewhat a generic feel for a guidebook, you know, with the spreads and the tips and everything, but, you know, good to have a good look through. What I like is it has the full image of the card kind of throughout the guidebook, from your major arcana to your minor arcana and your court cards. But where Philip Young comes in is he's been able to rewrite the meanings and the symbolism here as it pertains to the actual artwork by Victoria Iva. So I find that to be really awesome, because sometimes, you know, we get guidebooks and they're just generic, you know, where it's just the generic meanings and it would have nothing to do with the symbolism or the pictures going on in the actual card. So I like that it's actually about the artwork that we see here. So lots of good stuff here for you guys, especially if you guys are just starting off with a particular tarot system, because there's obviously more tarot systems out there than just the RWS. But oh, by the way, the pseudospheres is your pentacles. I think that's the only one that's been renamed. All right, so there's that, you know, nice and simple. And let's dive into this deck. So I always make sure that I really get to know a deck first before I do a review, because I want to give you guys an honest opinion from somebody who's actually using them for client readings and things like that. So first of all, loving the beautiful black edging, just giving it that uber dark feel. And on the backs here, it's almost like water, but like a black water. And it actually reminds me of a neighbor when I was growing up. His father had a black bottom pool, and it always freaked me out because you can't really tell where the bottom is at. What I did notice is that there's a little variation sometimes, maybe you can see it here, from the printing press. Just some of the backs of the cards are a little bit lighter than others. It doesn't really bother me because I'm not really reading the backs. I'm reading the other side of the cards. So just wanted to point that out. And the cards are your standard Rider-Waite-Smith size tarot deck. So there we go. Your cardstock is amazeballs. This is over 300 GSM. It is a nice thick card, plus it's got a nice good bend to it. Those of you that are the riffle shufflers out there, I myself am a side shuffler. And it does have quite a coating on it. It's almost like a powder finish coating, which makes the cards stick together just a little bit. It's matte, but it's a little bit harder for me to shuffle. It doesn't deter me from working with this deck, but you know, I just wanted to put that out there. So there we go. All right, let's dive into these images. Okay, so here we are, 9 of Wands. You guys might want to stick around to the end. I will do a reading for you guys at the very end, just so you can see how I would read with this deck. But the artwork, this camera is not doing it justice. So for me, I like to just read with one card at a time. Normally I pull out lots of cards, but there's just so much going on in here that I can't help it. It's like I have to stop, pause, reflect, meditate, channel. and it goes deep, man. Like I said, for me, this has been really good for shadow work type questions, with clients or myself. Anything to do with dreams, anything for looking into that which is difficult for us to see, in our lives. This sheds light on it. This black tarot sheds the light for us. And for me, everything looks very membraney, but also watercolor and, viscous, and it's just beautiful. Now you notice that the cards are out of order here, and again, that's because I said I do like to work with the deck really well before doing a review. And the only time I ever really put my cards back in order is just before I'm about to give that deck away or sell it. So I like it to be infused with all types of readings and energy. I just like a deck to get saturated like that, at least for me. Some people like to, continue to put things back in order, like to reorganize the energy of the deck, but I guess everybody's different. And there is a slight border. You could see a black border going around, but the artwork blends into it so much, it doesn't bother me. Normally I'm like no borders type person. I do feel that the nice simple font down at the bottom helps, again, just put the focus on the picture, which is excellent. And I was telling James, who, by the way, when he saw this deck, he was like, oh my God. He saw this deck is awesome, so we've both been working with it actually. But yeah, it's amazing. I'm just as I'm just flipping through it here, I'm just, oh my gosh. diving in. Oops, card was upside down. And there's only a couple of places in the court cards, and I believe it's in the cups suit, I believe. The only time you see faces. Otherwise, like here, there is no head, there is no face. It's just a semblance of some sort of biped human form, The Empress, oh my gosh. Just life. It's so wispy, and it's a little bit, I guess, Rorschach, a little bit, what's lurking in your own shadows and comes out as you're viewing these images. I can't wait to do a reading for you guys at the very end, so I hope you guys enjoy that. But yeah, these are excellent. Oh, I must say that my favorite card in the deck is the Death card. And there we go. It's almost like a twisted face, in there. Oh, I guess it was the sword suit. It's just amazing. And to me, this is kind of like how our dreams look. If you were able to take your dreams out of your head and we were able to view them, they'd be some really weird stuff going on. Probably in our conscious mind, we'd be like, wow, that's creepy, or whoa, what the heck was going on? And that's why I think this just touches somewhere inside my psyche in that way, because it is like a dream. And, but when you're within the dream, it's not scary and it doesn't seem out of the ordinary. It seems perfectly normal that maybe people would walk around without heads, or that you could just walk up the walls, or you could just fly out to ceiling if you wanted to. And this deck being kind of in that vein, I think is really good at taking what's in the ethereal or the astral and placing it into the 3D so that it could be understood by our ego mind and our human self. So, oh, and like I said, the pentacles are the spheres, but all the other suits are pretty much named accordingly. Your swords, your wands, and your cups. The Eight of Wands. This is so cool. The person kind of racing past. You will need a good light source when you are working with this deck. Here's the other face in the deck. Because it is so dark and there is so much detail, that reading with it actually in a shadow is going to be difficult. And I will say, you know, maybe even investing in like a little magnifying glass would be cool for decks like this when they're not, you know, a jumbo deck and you want to see more of the detail, especially something like this. It might be really helpful. That's just beautiful. And so, yeah, I really like this type of deck, this style of art, because it's, you see what you want to see, and then you ask why. Why do I wish to see things that way? Is it actually the truth? Am I blinded by my own ego? This deck will help us to see those things and shed light. All right, so let's go ahead and pull a card for you guys, just something that we need to know at this time. Hopefully this message will make sense to most of you guys out there. If it doesn't, that's okay. Just hopefully you enjoyed this deck review of the Black Tarot, the artwork by Victoria Iva, and the guidebook rewritten by Philip Young, PhD. Okay, so let's go ahead, and I'm feeling this card. All right, we have Temperance, and I'm gonna come in nice and close here. See what I'm talking about with the detail? Okay, give me a moment with this card. Like I said, I really have to dive in deep with these cards. They're not just, I guess because they're not a clone of an RWS. It's kind of its own thing, but sort of also following loosely the RWS. It really asks you to take your time with each card. Actually, speaking of time, that's what I'm getting from this particular card, is that there are many of us out there, obviously not all of us, but many of us out there that are trying to push the alchemy of the universe in time with our desires. What I mean by that is, if there's something that you really, really want at this time, you might be frustrated if it's not happening within the time that you want it to happen. Like, I need this to happen in exactly 1 month. I need this to happen tomorrow. And when it doesn't happen, we claim that, you know, why is the universe conspiring against me? Why is everybody conspiring against me? I just can't get my way. And the truth is, we put our intentions out there, and our wishes can be manifest for us, and sometimes even better than what we've wished for, but it comes at the time when we're ready. And we may feel like, oh, I'm ready in a month, or I'm ready, you know, tomorrow. But there are different trials and tribulations that we go through, different times we get to utilize the tools, so to speak, in our toolkit, and then we also gain certain lessons and tools, so that by the time that it comes, our manifestation is arrived for us, or has arrived for us, we are absolutely ready, and we can see it that much more clearly, and we can express that much more gratitude, thereby bringing more into our sphere, more abundance, more manifestation. So the message here then is just, if things haven't happened yet, know that they will, and they will be even more magnificent than you have ever dreamed possible. But you're going to have patience and faith. And I know that those are two things that are difficult for a lot of us, but that's just the message here, is just have patience, have faith. It will come. Maybe not in the time frame that you expect, but it will come. All right. So I hope this resonated with some of you guys out there. Let me know. And also, if you got something else from the card, put it in the comment section down below so we can expand upon the reading. But anyway, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this deck review. Like I said, if you are interested in going to DeBry, which I have the website down below, and purchasing this particular deck, the Black Tarot, just use coupon code KWT20 and you can get 20% off of this deck. So there you go. Plus, it sends a little love my way as well. Anyway, hope you guys dug this. Let me know your thoughts. And if you dug this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to click subscribe, and don't forget to click that ding 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 notification bell for more videos just like this. All of my information is down below, so if you want to learn a little bit more about me, you can go to my website, kittensweightsandtarot.com. You can also check out my newsletter and the Leon Mystery School and my Patreon page and my YouTube membership group and all that good stuff, and Desert Cauldron, where you can come dance in the desert with us. So like I said, go check out all that stuff. And I will catch you spiritual homies later. All right. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out.